Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give the honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, Salakia, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short lesson. I have alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go, and I want to name the video. A lot of our people will suffer for not listening. All right, or whatever title Yahweh Shah sees fit, I use if the Lord will, give me a shorter title. But Lord wills, brothers can see on the screen. I have this article here from. I'm not gonna say where I got it from, but you brothers see it. These people here, they don't like for you to use their stuff. All right, but it says extreme heat means 2/3 of North Americans could suffer blackouts this summer. All right, which that would be devastating because it's super hot. Like right now, it's been this is really has started off being a hot summer. All right, like literally hot. Like temperatures are really hot, especially like down here well, it's always hot in the south, but this year it's definitely you know it's definitely a hot summer. As you could going to be a hot summer. You can tell. All right, heat wise. All right, and there's videos that's been going around, two main videos, all right, that's been going around amongst Israel, amongst the world, all right, really amongst Israel. A lot of Israel brothers have been sharing it, all right, with the Jake woman. I believe the elder Amon Gabar was the first one to do a lesson on that about the Jake woman. I think she's from up north somewhere. I think Elder Tahar, I heard him say. I think say she was from Philadelphia, or she had a Philadelphia accent. So up north, all right, she did a video, all right, speaking about how basically how the power is about to go out, how there's about to be an attack on the power grid and blackout, so maybe an EMP or something like that going down, soon. All right, and also there's another video that's been going around for like the last few weeks, um, with this Edomite going in basically about cyber attacks and blackouts and things like that as well. So what's out there that a lot of people are speaking about how they believe that the power is about to go out. All right, there's about to be a major attack on the power grid or something like that. In those two major videos, and also you had Klaus Schwab come out and say, I think it was last year, maybe a couple of years ago, come out and say that nobody's paying attention to the chance of a major cyber attack on the power grid. All right, so that could be the for that we gotta wait and see, but that could be the FF it's like the false flag, all right, that they want to pull off to cause chaos, all right, so on and so forth. All right, we know with this climate change thing, they want to link that with the Karagma, all right, your climate footprint or whatever. We know that they want to link that up with the Karagma, so um, carbon footprint. What I meant to say, Salakia, if I ain't say that, we know that's going to be somehow linked with the Karagma, all right, your intake on certain things, so on and so forth. Basically, there's been a lot of talk about the attack on the grid. All right, you had different militaries in different cities, and I think that Edomite said that the Edomite dude said the reason why because they know there's about to be an attack on the power grid, like a cyber attack or something like that. All right, so basically, there's just been a lot of talk about an attack on the power grid. All right, and then again, like I mentioned about Klaus Schwab. So yeah, it's a good chance that that could be the next false flag or something that they pull off. All right, to cause all hell to break loose. All right, but the point of the lesson is, they said, what I took from the title, the 2/3. All right, 2/3, 2/3 is in the title, is suffer. All right, because a lot of our people are going to suffer. Not only are you going to suffer your lights going out, extreme heat or winter if they wait to the winter, the break cold, but you're also a lot of you are going to starve to death. A lot of you are going to be thrown into concentration camps and beat unmercifully, all right, a lot of you are going to suffer. Why? Because you chose not to take heed to the words of Yahweh Yahweh Shah. All right, now again, they're talking about this in the mainstream. All right, now they're talking about this in the mainstream about blackouts and things like that. All right, so, and like scripture say, the poor man's wisdom is despised. The elders and apostles of great millstone have been warning our people about these times for years. All right, but the majority of our people haven't taken heed. Now Esau's coming out and telling you what's about to go down. All right, so I'm gonna read a little bit of this, Salakia, for the rant there. But again, a lot of our people, the 2/3 of our people are about to suffer, man. The 2/3 of our people, the Edomites that are here in America, and the other nations that are here in America, are about to suffer in these troubling and perilous times to come. All right. So it says the heat waves leave tens of millions of Americans in sweltering temperatures would test the power grid's ability to keep the lights on. Periods of extreme heat stress the grid by spiking demand. Right now, it goes back to that carbon footprint of climate change and all that they're trying to push. All right, because there's been studies also saying that the Earth is also is cooling. All right, but they're pushing it that it's hot, and it's because you run your air conditioner, your air conditioning in your cars, and cows and shit like that. And beef, and that's why the Earth is overheating. That's what Esau is pushing out there. All right, and this is something they could do to get the people more in fear. Cut the lights out and tell them, look, the reason why because you're running your power. You're running your power like crazy. So on and so forth, man. We just gotta wait and see how it's gonna play out. All right. Periods of extreme heat stress the grid by spiking demands of electricity as families and businesses crank up the air conditioning to stay cool. And that would be, a perfect time to pull something off in this heat. Also in the wintertime as well, but this heat, man, the heat is devastating, man. All right, no AC in the house or whatever, and it's an EMP attack. Your car won't work, so you can't sit in your car, use AC. All right, so on and so forth. That would be devastating. As families and businesses crank up the air conditioning to stay cool, just as demand surges, supply can substantially be constrained by problems as power facilities caused by those same sizzling temperatures. The power grid officials have warned that the large swath of the U.S. could face blackouts if it's a hot summer. 2/3 of North Americans is at risk of energy shortfalls this summer during periods of extreme demand. You can die from the heat, man. You can be in a house and die. You got babies or whatever, children in that heat, no AC. All right, just super hot. People die from the heat, can die from the heat, a heat stroke, and die, drop dead. All right. The North American Electricity Energy Salakia Reliability Corporation concluded in its summer outlook published last month. Y'all read this part right here. Virtually the entire U.S. west of Mississippi River could suffer energy shortages during extreme conditions. That includes the western half of the United States, right? Because in California and I think Texas, there was a lot of rolling blackouts last year. All right, almost half of the United States. The central rain in the power system that serves most of Texas, and New England, Ontario, Salakia, are also elevated risk of blackouts. The NRC said. The NERC said. All right, so yeah, man, this is picking up steam. It's more and more in the media about blackouts, cyber attacks on the power grid. So it's a good chance this could go down. And again, a lot of our people are going to catch hell, are going to suffer. All right? Why? Because they didn't choose to fear the Lord. All right? Let's get this. This is Ezekiel chapter 7. And matter of fact, let's get this first. I ain't read this in a minute, man. Is it Proverbs? I think it's Proverbs 5. I'm mistaken. I always get these confused. Yep. Because, well, let me go and read this. Ecclesiasticus in the Bible, chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. For they consider not that they do evil. Right? So the Lord said, be more ready to hear than to get the sacrifice of fools. And what a lot of our people do when they come up or they listen to a video, they give the sacrifice of fools, basically talking bullshit, man. And the prophets are trying to warn you about these times that we're coming into. Been trying to warn you about these times that we're coming into, but you didn't keep your foot. You scoffed at it, you laughed at it, you mocked. Ain't no way the power gonna go out in America. You niggas sound dumb. Ain't no way there's gonna be an attack on the banking system. Ain't no way the dollar's gonna be done away with. Physical money is gonna be done away with. All right, niggas are dumb, and then you come back with your own sacrifice, basically just talking trash, man. All right. And again, like the title of the lesson is, a lot of you gonna suffer because you didn't choose to fear the Lord. All right, you chose what the Lord delighted not in. All right. And again, you gonna suffer out there, man. Not only you gonna suffer from a heat stroke, you gonna suffer from a famine, starving to death. You gonna suffer by the martial law troops being thrown into re-education camps. All right. And ultimately, a lot of the 2/3 of our people, majority, you're gonna suffer the destruction. When America is destroyed, you're gonna be destroyed, get hit with an ICBM nuclear warhead. All right. So a lot of you jakes, man, are about to get it, man, in the worst way. All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 8. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways. And a lot of our people's ways have been wicked. All right. And wickedness, scripture say to speak about the wages of sin. What's wickedness? Sin. And a lot of our people are, deeply and the title of the video, the scripture say, the Lord said that rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and the penalty for being a witch or dealing in sorcery is death. All right, so a lot of you are gonna die, man, just because you didn't listen. All right, and now again, Esau's putting all this information out on the mainstream, and you ain't been getting ready for it. Now you're gonna get caught out there and get killed, get put to death, according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thy abominations. And my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, and I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thy abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. We jump down, verse 14. They have blown the trumpet. Who's blown the trumpet? The prophets of the Lord. Meaning going out there on the highways and the byways and doing videos to warn you about what's about to come, even to make all ready. But none go to the battle, for my wrath is upon the multitude thereof. Right, meaning that you ain't getting ready for the battle. You ain't been, listening to the prophets, studying, building yourself up, building up your faith. So when these times come, you'll be ready for it. Again, a lot of our people, they're gonna be ready for these times. We hoping and praying. Even brothers has been, been doing what they're supposed to been doing this whole time. We're hoping and praying like crazy. The Lord have mercy on us. He keep our minds stable. All right. The sword is the sword is without, pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field should die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence should devour them. Right, so there's nowhere to escape. Whether you live off the grid or live in the city, especially if you live in the city, man. If you live in one of these big cities, if you ain't down with Yahweh Shai, you in big trouble, man. Verse 16. But anywhere you're in trouble, you can get it anywhere, but especially in the bigger cities. But they that escape them shall escape and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning every one for his iniquity. Verse 17. All hands should be feeble, and all knees should be weak as water. Right? Fear. When your knees buckle on you, your legs and arms are shaking, it means you in fear. That's what, and the Lord's about to put a lot of our people in fear. A lot of you American Babylonian citizens in fear, especially the 2/3 of our people. You ain't gonna know what to do when there's rolling, when your lights just go out in the middle of nowhere, your food spoils in the middle of the night, crime jumps through the roof, niggas outside, running around, running amok outside, going crazy, like the Purge shows you. One of the main things they did in the Purge is what? They cut off all the lights. what was the Forever Purge, I think it was, with the one with the niggas on it. One of the main things they did, the first thing they did, they cut off the lights. The siren went off, and then all the lights went out in the city. Majority of the lights went out in the city. And in the dark, anything goes in the dark, right? So, yeah, man, shit gonna get ugly, man. And all because you didn't take heed, all right? You ain't gonna get that protection from the Lord, all because you didn't take heed. It's Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them. Right? Because if you didn't, the scripture say, warn to the lost patience. A lot of our people had no patience to begin with, because they never listened in the first place. All right? But the Lord said to those that have kept the word of his patience before the evil day came, matter of fact, let's get that. Before the day of trouble came, stay down with Yahweh while Yahweh Shah. The Lord's going to protect them from that charagma and from any other peril. This Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Right, but while the evil days, before the evil day comes. All right, building yourself up through the spirit and power of Yahweh while Yahweh Shah, to be for that protection, for the Lord to protect you. Wisdom and knowledge shall what be the stability of thy times. Nor the years draw near when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. All right, so the Lord said, remember thy creators in the days of thy youth, while the evil day comes not. So you had to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and believe on it before all hell breaks loose. Not while all hell is breaking loose. Now, some the Lord is going to bring in at the last minute and look out for them and protect them. But the majority of you that scoffed and mocked and laughed and thought it was funny, and, you know, the brothers out there warning about these things while the lights going out and the money system crashing and all hell breaking loose, thought it was funny, you the ones going to get caught up out there and get killed. All right? Get destroyed. All right? Serious, man. Serious times. Again, I didn't want about it in the mainstream. All over alternative media and now also in the mainstream is picking up. That article was published today, and the more than likely they're going to keep pushing it. Because, again, that all goes back with that carbon footprint thing, the climate change thing they're trying to pull. And one of the ways they can, try to prove it is by cutting people's lights out. And that carbon footprint, we know, again, they want to leak that to the Karagma. All right, but, again, man, the Lord said that, remember him before the evil day comes. Oh, yeah, let's get this. And I'm going to close with this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarry to turn to the Lord. Right, make no tarry to turn to the Lord. Don't wait and put not off from day to day. Right, you see prophets out there, especially in these times. You see brothers out there teaching, or brothers on YouTube. Lock in, man. Lock in. Go out there and support. Do whatever you got to do, man. Kiss the son, at least he be angry. To kiss up to Yahweh Shah. Do what you got to do, man. Because, again, man, you ain't got the protection of the Lord. You in trouble out here, man. It's open season on you. All right, because this devil's getting ready to make some moves. All right, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. All right, be destroyed. Thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. All right. So again, man, like this article said, man, things about to get ugly out here, man. Now again, Esau saying this is a mainstream outlet. All right, look at everything. The Dow down, SP 500 down, Nasdaq down, everything's down. All right. It said Russia war on Ukraine. Check out that. What Russia war on Ukraine? Gas, wheat prices climb, and they're blaming all that on the Russian war. All right, which is really all bullshit anyway. All right, because the thing that's driving inflation was all them stimulus checks, and then all these other things. That's a whole nother video though. But yeah, man, it's about to get real out here, man. For you 2/3, man. All right, about to get real out here. Again, the main thing I highlighted in this article: 2/3 and suffer. A lot of you about to suffer. The 2/3 of our people about to suffer in extreme heat, in extreme famine. All right, extreme martial law. If that's something, all right. Point is, you about to suffer out here. So with that, I pray this. I wasn't all over the place. I kind of just put this together, just reading through articles and kind of just put this together. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers that push this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm saying shalom.